So I wanted to make a video on my Evo 9. It is a 2006 Evo 9 GSR SSS, so it does have leather, and it also has a sunroof, and I think someone said it has the upgraded headlights. It initially was supposed to be a daily driver. It was supposed to be one of those cars that I didn't touch, didn't modify, because I did have a highly modified Evo 10 at the time that barely kind of got my attention due to the simple fact that I just wanted a car that was more reliable, and every time I drove it, I didn't want it to break. Within about a month or two of actually owning the car, there was a few things that I actually did notice with power, where when I actually did schedule time to get it fully checked out and tuned from DB Performance Local, he did actually notice that the previous owner was actually kind of messing with the tune that he had on there prior. He did actually tune it. We did go 85, so it did make around 480, 400-ish on his dyno. We did run out of fuel, which is a-okay with me. I was very, very okay with the numbers. I didn't want anything higher. Didn't want to risk anything breaking 24/7 or anytime I started the car up. As the time kind of went on, there was a few things that would kind of be notchy with the car, where the trans would grind in certain gears. Sometimes it wouldn't. And then finally, there was one thing that took the car out completely, which would be the fire. There was a positive terminal that did touch a part of the intercooler pipe that did touch the ACD line that actually fried it completely. I was trying to figure out exactly what happened, but instead of adding like a Evo 10 fuse box or adding a fusible link, the previous owner put a bolt through the positive terminal and didn't actually wrap it around. He just tucked it kind of in the back and hoped and prayed it never touched anything. This initiated a few weeks, or if not a month, of the car down. So I did get a little antsy and threw a 6466 front-facing turbo kit on the car, and then I did get it retuned and tried driving it. Again, the car was very, very quirky, so we did actually run into an issue where it wouldn't get into boost after a while. So we did put it on wastegate pressure, just drove it around, had a good time, and really just didn't stay into boost. Just wanted to kind of drive the car, enjoy it for the ride quality, and just kind of wait out winter at that time as well. We got invited to go to a power cruise with a few buddies, and I wanted to take a shot to see actually how it would go with an actual car that was around roughly 550 for horse. And we did actually race my buddy Adam Chaw's MK4 Supra. Hell of a run, really fun. We had fun that whole weekend, but my time was cut short due to the car just not wanting to work. After that whole thing, it just made sense to kind of tear the whole car apart and put the build together to see what it would take to actually fix the car to OE specs, or maybe it was time to change up and actually make this the project car and have more fun with it. So I reached out to Boost in Performance to see if they can do a engine build for me. We wound up doing a 2.0 long rod for the short block, ported head, GSC valve train, as well as a Kelford 280 cams. I had RS motors, so Paul Hussein and Ronnie Solomon take apart the trans, address some issues that were actually going on with the trans as of the initial time, and then also add some preventatives such as a straight cut fourth gear and carbon synchros. John Ripple at TRE took the T-case apart, put a WaveTrack LSD in it, shimmed it, of course, and then also did the big bolt upgrade. He also did the rear diff. I think it's a 12 plate upgrade on those. I'm not too sure. It was the maxed out version you can do with it, but he did do that for it, and made sure it was nice and shiny when he sent it back. When I actually did receive all the parts back in hand, I did actually reach out to Ron at RS and said, hey, is there a way I can have you go through the whole car? There's a few things missing, such as grounds. There's bolts that I don't have. I just want to make sure that you know it's done correctly. Can you also take a look at the wiring? The nice thing is the car actually does start up on its own power. as well as idle by itself now with all the added parts. The last thing we have to tackle is going to be the MyVec issue, and then also tuned. Once that's done, I can throw all the parts I talked about in the last video into the car and then get her all ready and shipped down to Texas. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you later.